All right, cut the closers.
It's your boy E Maze coming in live from the Haha Hemp Lounge.
Yes, sir.
So glad you guys chose to join us today. We've got a little bit of different content for you. Yeah. This is going to be the closers wind down.
Yes.
We're going to call it the wind down. We're also going to call this possibly wine referrals, wine options. Also, it's allowing you the chance to get more than just barefoot wine in your cabinet. So when the shorties or the fellas come over and you want to kind of impress, we're going to give you options for different types of wine that you may not see normally or you may not be aware of.
Yeah,
so
like carpaccio gives you headaches. You got some different options for you.
When you're done drinking the Hennessy, you can move on to something a little bit more of a palate spreading.
Yeah, for real. But on a serious note, there's two ways to approach it. From a service aspect, what it's like to sell wine like this and to bring up your check averages, selling wine and really know what you're doing, how to get a handle on what this seems like this impossible, big, long list and world of wines. Gonna kind of bring it home, make it palatable, and learn with some along the way, and go over different regions.
I didn't introduce you. You also know that, right?
Oh yeah, this is Gianni Yari.
Yeah,
we out here.
Ferrari Yari.
No.
He's working on saying sorry.
Never say sorry.
Never say. See?
Yeah.
Second season. I told you. New season, same menu. But tell us a little bit more about the wine, my man. What we got today?
So we started off with Malbec, started New World rather than Old World. For if you don't know, the difference being Old World, you're really talking about European wines. You're talking about the classics, something from Italy, something from France. And in those regions, you have more minerality because of the agriculture and less sweeter fruit forward things, generally speaking. And you get more fruit forward things of that nature.
Softer. Right? Yeah, softer.
Out of New World wines.
Mm-hmm.
So we're working with Malbec right now. This is Spanish country. This is Argentina. Everything that's in Malbec comes from Argentina.
Does it now?
Am I wrong?
Oh, nigga, spread the information.
Let me verify.
It sounds interesting to me. The brand we have today is Altos. From Argentina. This is the Appellation? Appellation. I've never tried this before. I'm a little interested. I find myself to be more of a Pinot Noir person myself. I like a little bit of a lighter, more fruit forward. And it's something funny, like when you hear people like talk about wines, you'll hear a lot of like, I'm not gonna lie, suspect statements, like very juicy. And then you kind of like,
inky.
Yeah, like, you're like, what? And tannins really sticks to your tongue, and you're like, what? Why would I want that? But for me personally, I prefer a little bit more of a fruit forward Pinot Noir, just because it's lighter. I don't really need to have my tongue dried out. I don't really like that. I like the tannins to stick on. I like more something that just kind of washes down. That's very simple and very easy and very light on the palate. Yeah, that's me personally, coming from someone that drinks like brown liquor, tequila, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I think it's a good option for you.
Level one, like on the sales aspect, you have people always looking that are trying to get into wine and maybe tasted something dry before in there and thought it was disgusting because it like make their mouth pucker. And they'll ask you for a sweet red. They'll ask you for something sweet. What's your sweetest wine? Red wine. A lot of elevated places don't have a sweet wine. They don't have a sweet red. They're going to give you the closest thing. They're going to try to sell you on.
That's that barefoot Contessa shit.
Yeah, that's like our
Hey, side note. If they do say, yeah, we got a sweet red, I'm not going to lie to you, fam. I've seen someone do it, and I've done it myself. They just pour simple syrup in your glass of wine.
Bro, yeah. If you
had... shit works. That shit is so fucking funny.
It does, bro.
Motherfuckers really oh my God, I love it. I'd be like, yeah.
You pick the perfect thing. Oh my God,
what's this bottle? I want to buy this when I go to the store. You'd be like, you about to be pissed.
Yeah. So if you've gone to a restaurant and asked for a sweet wine and they told you and you had it a second time and it didn't taste the same, they definitely spiked you with some sugar just to make you happy for the evening.
Yeah, just to get you to shut up.
Yeah, but it's fair. It's okay to be for your entry level. I think most people start in that area of trying to find something fruity and sweet, so because that's the easiest thing to appreciate on your palate. Something salty, something sweet. You can work through that, and then sweetness and saltiness, both of those things enhance whatever other flavors are going on. So off that logic, it makes sense. That's where everyone starts. But you go from there to trying just lighter things, where you're not worried about how sweet it is. You're focusing more on like the tasting notes of it, and there's nothing harsh happening like a lot of acidity or a lot of tannin or a lot of strong something that kind of overpowers it. So that's what we should have today in this Malbec, which is more unique. We consulted a sommelier as we were looking for something like this within a certain budget that's approachable, but also is something complex that we can have a good time with. And this is to answer your question, Malbec isn't solely from Argentina.
Okay.
It originates from France, but 70% of the production is in Argentina now. It really isn't. It's like it's theirs now. They own that shit. Yeah. So I
mean, I own 70% of anything. It's mine.
Yeah.
Don't come looking for the kids.
Yeah. So we're in Argentina right now. What you get is at a higher appellation, you get a more of a concentration of a concentrated grape. And that's what gives a characteristic of inkiness to Malbecs in general. This one is going to be a little different, maybe it's more similar to a Pinot Noir with how it drinks. So we're going to crack this open. We're going to talk about it. I'm gonna take a guess at the tasting notes. We've sold thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of wine. We both have plenty to learn still. You know what I'm saying? We can walk we can walk to a store and recognize a lot of bottles, but there's still so much to learn. There's so much you can get out of just taking some time to focus on a bottle or a brand or a region. And so the way we're going to learn about this and approach this region to region, and right now, we're just going to start with the Malbecs in Mendoza. Go ahead and crack this open.
Yep. What we are going to do as well is provide a link to their website just to give them the option of she smacked the shit out of herself just now. We're going to keep that in there. You all right? You all right? All right, cool. No concussion. But we are going to provide a link to the Altos website. So if you want to do a little bit more research, you get an option to really kind of see exactly what they have to offer. And hopefully, shameless plug that eventually they'll pay us.
Yeah.
And hopefully, or get us to fly out to Argentina or any other winery. If you are a wine person and want a little bit of a profile for your restaurant or for your winery or your vintages, Atlanta market, and you're looking to break in, hey man, call the closers at. We don't have a business. At the 404. The closers 404. Yeah, I thought about putting out my phone number just now, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. But all right, so I'm gonna do it in classic style. The way to present a bottle. If you know what you're doing.
Oh, it's a wax top, so this bitch is hard.
Yeah, right. Yeah. This is gonna be a little funny, but we're gonna.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if he's gonna struggle because I'm gonna talk shit.
I'm gonna still carve it like it's plastic, but yeah.
No, you cannot carve it like it's plastic. You gotta stand that bitch.
For the show, I'm just going, But,
all right, yeah.
So the point is, classic presentation. You should have a linen with you, right? You don't want to be spilling shit. But if you really know what you're doing, if you're cracking open bottles, you shouldn't be spilling shit. You should be able to just kind of like handle the pour. I can even talk about the pour.
And he's gonna show you a cut. If he does fuck up the cut, I'm gonna cut it and show you. Yeah. Go ahead.
So anytime you present it, you always want to present label for it to your host.
Oh.
Yeah. So and then you always want to go over vintage, vineyard, and varietal. So vintage meaning the year it came out, varietal meaning the actual grape you're dealing with. Vineyard is who's doing it. So this is the Altos 2021 Malbec.
Appellation.
Yes. So I gave you the presentation. Mm-hmm. Some real wine drinkers might come and grab the bottle. Don't be alarmed. They're just checking the temperature.
They're gonna be like, "That's okay. Yeah, that's okay."
Right, yeah. All right. So if most tops usually have like an aluminum or plastic cover, and usually what you do is you go in with your knife, and you kind of dig in there. You go around, still keeping it cute, presenting, and you kind of pop that off. This is wax, so that's not going to do shit. So we just go right for it. Right in the middle, bam, skirt. I'm still gonna try to present it the whole time. Bam. You don't have to go all the way, but don't go. If you don't do enough, then you're definitely gonna break a cork and then it's a whole other fucking procedure.
Especially if it's an older bottle, definitely be careful if you're using, say, a bottle that has a vintage of, we're in 2025. I would say
16 and older.
Yeah, if it's like 16, 15, 14, I'd definitely tell you to be careful. There's other utensils you can use. I definitely had a bottle that was like from 20, I want to say 14, just disintegrate on me. Like just at the table, just broke in half. And I just looked at him. I like, looked at the table, looked at the wine, looked at the table, looked at the wine. I was like, I'll be back.
I did that with a 2016 that somebody brought in for celebration.
Well, they knew what the fuck they were doing. They set you up for failure.
Come on.
Yo, certain bottles, I believe, like when you bring those in, you should just ask me for my wine key and you open that shit. Because I'm not about to do all this with you.
Not responsible for your $2,000 fucking 40-year-old bottle.
And then we got to run it through a strainer. Sometimes what you will have to do, sometimes the sediment kind of gets a little too thick. And sometimes, honestly, no matter what you do, there's a possibility that the cork could fall apart. Sommeliers that, depending on their levels, or just a sommelier worth their salt can probably do it better than we can. Mm-hmm. We're kind of just doing our best.
Yeah, so. And also, like, you got to keep moving. We turning tables.
Yeah, bro. This isn't a wine bar. We work at a restaurant.
Yeah.
So why you bring this whole shit in here?
Right. So you just want to keep a good grip on it. I mean, I'm not going to sit and go over how wine opener works. Everybody should understand that much. But
hinge.
Yeah. Bam. Always want to pop quiet, right? So we get it down to the end. And then
best you can.
It and just...
Ooh.
Yeah, it's little... Okay. Another aspect to wine drinkers is giving them an opportunity to smell the cork. Now, in my like flow, how I do it, shit.
Yeah, shit. That was anything you just said.
I was bleeding on your mic, but in my experience, like, so the reason you'll hand someone a cork and let them smell it is then you can tell off rip if the bottle has gone bad. So you can tell if it's corked, right? Mm-hmm. But when I actually present, usually by the time I'm getting the cork off the corkscrew, I'm really already pouring the taste. So they're already smelling something like that. So the cork presentation sometimes can be redundant, but it's still just classic posture to just hand that to the person.
Best thing you can do is kind of just put it head like with the darker side up so they can grab it, they can look at it. Like you said, they can see if it. Easiest way to find out if the wine's bad, if it smells like vinegar. If it smells like balsamic vinegar or like a sweet vinegar, throw it out. It's bad. I've heard in the past, I think old world wines have like actual cork, which is like the inner part of a tree. I've heard someone saying like if the wine touches that, it goes bad. But I'm like, then why would you put it in there? Why would you use it?
Down in the
I don't know. I have to do more research into that to find out exactly what it is. All right.
Getting cracking. So you always, just like I just finished playing to my host, I'm also going to pass taste to my host first. And there's different schools of thought about that. Some people say it should literally be just a little bit of a taste so that you have enough room even in your glass to say like swish around all that kind of stuff. But other school of thought would be like, give them enough to actually taste it.
Yeah, like we poured a little bit heavier because we own this. So we're like, why not? But you want to do probably maybe like an ounce. Yeah. Probably like ounce and a half of wine that you want them to taste. This way you can get the full flavor profile. If you're new to wine, if as you spin the glass, you'll notice like how the wine sticks to the edges, right? Yeah. You probably won't be able to see it on our camera, but just me looking at it, like the drip lines, I want to call it.
Yeah,
I'm using it correctly. I don't think I'm using it
the
correctly.
way it runs. If you were like turning to the side, that's how you can tell the alcohol volume going on in the wine. If you pay attention to the color, that can tell you certain things. You'll see people like take like a white contrast behind the glass and talk about whether it's more of like a ruby color versus this or that. And this is, I would say, this is still a pretty dark wine. Mm-hmm. You know,
this is 21, right?
Yeah.
So it is going to be on the younger side. When we were looking at the different wines, there were certain wines that we were speaking to the guy at the store when he was explaining us. He was actually saying that certain wines that like 2021, sometimes stronger wines like that, you want to give them a longer time to age. Yeah. What was it, Chateauneuf de Pape that we were looking at? Yeah, which is a delicious wine. Those types of wines, it was a 2021 that they had, but we wanted to, he definitely said that we should like, if we were looking at that one, it's kind of something you want to sit on for like, I think I asked him like 5 more years. He was like, start. Hey, yo. And it's basically one of those like, and that's why some people that like have wines are definitely one of those like collectors. Mm-hmm. And you kind of sit and you sit on and you wait to see what you can use it for, have certain special occasions, marriages, anniversaries, birthdays, selling a company. A lot of people will sit on a bottle of wine that they find that they love and just like let it kind of grow and age and stuff like that. Yeah. So, but for us, we're just kind of doing this just to show you, this is more or less for diners and people going out that want to enjoy your evening and just try something new. You may be like, I love cabs, or like, you know, you've got a significant other that is a huge fan of cabs, or they may not be big on Malbecs. Just give them an option to try something different.
Yeah. What this vineyard focuses on, and the way you can better understand how people appreciate like really expensive wines and things of that nature is you talk about the terroir or the agriculture involved in the whole thing. If you base on agriculture, there's a lot of conversation we can have. Like this specifically with the Mendoza wines, what in this actual vineyard, they take pride in the fact that under the topsoil or the first level of soil, they have old riverbeds that add a different kind of composition to what you're actually growing the wines in. Yeah. So we could sit here and talk about like the composition, what kind of minerals are in that actual ground.
Because whatever water goes into the plant goes into the grapes, and whatever them grapes are holding on to is going to go into the wine.
How cold was it? Did it freeze? You know, whether or not there's salty coastal air running through the area, and so we don't have that necessarily in this situation because we're dealing with a high appellation.
Yeah, so you get those opportunities to see that, and also sometimes the darker the wine tends to be like the smaller the. Literally, you know, I say darker, very sweet. Like the thicker the skin, like thicker skin, smaller grapes are going to be more skin than fruit. Yeah. So that's why a lot of times you see like darker wines that are very like you can smell it. You can really, and this, I'm getting a lot of berries from it. I'm getting very strong like a subtle softness, but like still kind of like doing it for you, right?
Yeah, definitely like tart fruit. Mm-hmm. And so we could have called that off the color and kind of affirming it just off the nose. But yeah, so just some wines are a collectible item because of the story behind them, and then what kind of reference they are for the land and the land at that time. Down to even like California wildfires. There's going to be unique bottles of wine that come out of the California wildfires of like this decade. Yeah. One way or the other. Either a lot of crop was ruined and they could make something good out of it, or it's going to be a signature of that time, what you can taste in those grapes as opposed to like the...
And even if they did lose everything, God forbid, you know, everybody owns a business, no one wants to lose their stuff, but like the soil itself is changed now as well. Mm-hmm. So they like whatever they are able to like replant and regrow, it is going to have a certain dryness to it maybe, or maybe a little bit more of like a subtle taste of like I don't know. I don't want to say ash, but like
assuming off the top of my head, we can look it up. But assuming off the top of my head, you're burning up everything that's going on in there, and you're leaving behind more ash, which is gonna have minerals in it. Yeah, what are the things that don't just burn up?
Yeah, certain nutrients are just gonna come from the scorch.
So you're refeeding the soil. It's gonna be more nourished in general. What does that mean for the wine? It could be like a lot of complex things, but you know, one of
we got the actual wine, but like a wine.
That's a good question. It's a good thing to like.
We should hold on to that. Once we make it, we're definitely gonna go wine. But we've done a lot of talking about the wine. We are going to taste it and kind of go over how we're feeling about it and what we noticed.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. Okay.
That's not super tart.
No.
It's got that zing that you may not be looking for, but something surprising for you if you're not really well versed on Malbecs. So I like the flavor on it.
Yeah, it still is a lighter body wine, but it does have tannins on it. It's not crazy. It's got a combination of like an acidity and tannin that I would say out the rip, this is a good thing to cut through like a fattier meal or like something. If you were eating something hearty, I could see off the rip this would be a nice contrast. Because like it is like drying on my tongue a little bit.
Yeah, but it's not crazy. Yeah, it's not crazy at all.
Like I've had some Cabernets that like just took all moisture.
Yeah, I needed some water. Yeah, like I'm dehydrated after this, but this is definitely a type of wine that I could definitely see myself like enjoying throughout the meal, like even post dinner, and like you know sometimes when you go out, if you're really going out and you're kind of really trying to celebrate, certain people will do wines for different courses. I think it's definitely one that you could do throughout the meal.
Yeah.
Start to finish, I'm not mad at that at all. It's something definitely that it's not a huge head rush, and it's not a lot of overwhelming flavors. It's not something, you are going to get the alcohol, of course. Like certain wines, you can taste the alcohol first. I find that with Chardonnays and stuff like that, I'm hit with the alcohol like before I really get the flavor of the wine. But for this one, I will say it carries well.
Give me your guess on the volume, on the alcohol volume.
10%.
13.
13. I knew it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That takes back to what we were saying about the legs. That's like accurate to what you see. You can't really see it on camera. Maybe we can play around with this with a little close up afterwards. But that makes sense. It's not crazy, but I definitely got a little more warmth that would indicate like the alcohol volume as compared to something that's going to be a little lower. Like
True, and not just speaking about warmth, the vintage 2021 vintage, the season. This is just off of. This is right from Alta's website. It said the season began with a fresh and dry spring that favored good fruit set in the vines. During the summer, temperatures were moderate, and in February and March, the months in which we picked the grapes, we had bouts of rain. So there was a chance, like it was a very even kill. So it seems like the season that they were able to cultivate this was very even, very soft, moderate.
So here's the thing: they're gonna have tasting notes on the website.
Mm-hmm.
The people that review them are gonna have tasting notes, and they're gonna be overall relatively consistent. But at the end of the day, one of the things that I learned that really changed the game experience to me in wine is that you can say whatever you want. Whatever association comes in your brain, you can just say that, even if it sounds like it doesn't make sense. I can say something like this wine, real shit. This wine tastes like playing on a slip and slide in the summer. You feel me? This feels like a playing with water in the yard in the summer.
You know, we talk shit about that, and also I think it's supposed we drink hard alcohol. Do you want to hear what they say their tasting notes were? Huh? So we were kind of wrong.
Wait. Yeah, I can't wait. Let me try to give like 2 notes, and then you tell me.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Go ahead.
I want to say blueberry.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Blueberry. What else? There's like I'm trying to figure out how to describe the acidity without saying something like sour, but a moderate level of acidity, light body, notes of blueberry, notes of what else? I don't know. Not tobacco, not earth, but some on the tougher end, something on the leather side, something on like the.
You're gonna be surprised when I tell you what the other note is.
Okay. Yeah, just tell me.
Okay, I will say okay. As I drink it, I kind of got a hint of like there's a fruit in there that you can't really tell what it is exactly. Crunchy plum. Dead ass. Yes, because if you ever had a plum and it was like I've never had a crunchy plum, but most plums like they have flavor, but it's not like one of those like I know I'm eating a plum.
It's like prunish.
Yeah, it's like very but it has a certain sweetness, but it's very light. And I say crunchy plum.
Crunchy plum.
We learn new shit.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you guys. We're going to enjoy the rest of this bottle of wine. We're trying out something new.
Yeah.
This is a new opportunity for us to get some like secondary content, provide a little bit more information. Hopefully we can grow more on this. But
so
this is good. I do recommend it.
The person that sold us on this called this bottle a ballerina as opposed to
dances around on the tongue. Pause.
Yeah, it's like a ballerina. I do appreciate this bottle a lot. If I was again to say like if I was trying to sell this bottle, I would sell this bottle off the strength of having an easy drinking wine that would also be a nice introduction to appreciating a little bit of tannin and acidity in your wine. Still really fruit forward, still really fruity in general. And
the mineral, it's like a fresh mineral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing hard. It's nothing hard. Like there's certain things you can taste and be like, yeah, this tastes like slate.
It tastes like rock. Because their website describes it as intense and deep. Mm-hmm. I don't get the intense, but I do get the deep flavors.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, solid pick. Check out the Altos brand. They have a $10 Malbec.
Appellation. Or what? What?
This one is Appellation.
Appellation. Yeah. Look into it. Altos from Argentina. We appreciate you guys settling in and watching this with us. We hope to put more information like this out for you guys to kind of really build what we're building here. Really build on. And we thank you.
Yeah, so make questions if you have any so we can answer the right questions that you have, whether you're trying to sell wine or trying to just appreciate wine.
Or learn more about wine, because we love to learn more about wine ourselves. If you have any recommendations for us to try, like you said, or you're not sure, we'll buy it.
Yeah. Right now, we're as an offering to everybody listening as well, we're trying to keep everything under, say, like $50. So this was a bottle under $50, and we had a really nice time with it. And that might normally be more than that because we got a good deal on it. But if you have any suggestions in that realm, that approachable, like $50 and under range of like a solid bottle of wine, you know, that's representing a region or something along those lines, hit us up.
Let us know what you're looking for. Let us know what you're trying. I mean, hey man, send us videos, pictures, and stuff of you trying
different
different
the bottles. We better see.
Yeah, shoot it to us, bro. Shoot it to us. We're trying to see that. But once again, we appreciate you guys settling. We are your closers. I'm your boy E Mays, and to my left is, as always, not on the ones and twos this time, but most of the time he is, that boy Yari. We are your closers, and guess what? We're closed.